I was sitting here doing time today, just recovering from a lot of the psychological abuse that you encounter every night you go to sleep, and the environmental manipulation that they use to keep people in an animalistic state of being. Some of the stuff, if they do have alien contact with people like that, and they don't have, the reason why they wouldn't have sex organs is they'd be drones, and they would have like a queen, and it would all be like a collective for the queen to survive. And that's, is that tangible as far as science? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not a scientist. All I know is what we're given on planet Earth. And what we're given on planet Earth is, it's like, you get what, that whole thing about, what you get is a gift from infinite glory. Okay. And so having a symbiotic life in the way that we have it on this beautiful planet, for, and all the circumstances come together to have this little pond with this, is very rare and very beautiful, okay, and amazing. And so when you know what life is worth, you'd look for yours on earth, and now you see that. That's Haile Selassie. That's the spirit of John the Baptist, of Elijah in the Bible, okay? That Nestor Robert Marley is connecting to in spirit and prayer, and actually probably, I think, had physical conversations with. Okay, so you got to understand, and prayer, okay, is more powerful as you'd perceive it. It's more influential. It's a better source of communication than actually physically talking to each other and trying to understand each other under physical duress and selfishness and all the human flaw that's manipulated by people that trap the glory of the soul in the delusions of the ego. And so there's a lot of things like that. That's tangible. Yeah, it could be very tangible to, have those little short bug people abductions, with fish and lures and beer cans. And they could see us as the biggest threat to the dominance of manipulation of life. And, because bugs, ants, piss ants. Oh, God, they're everywhere this summer. Oh, they're annoying as fuck. I try not to use too much poison, because it's not healthy for the humans, and the birds and the stuff. And Dad will put out a lot of poison, but then I'm like, Dad, you gotta understand, the birds will go do that and stuff, and they'll start killing the birds and stuff. So you got to be very careful in the way that you use toxins to try to manage your environment. Okay. The thing to do would be build houses to last that are up high with adobe walls, and the house we had in near Mesilla. And near San Pablo, and in like Haile Selassie, you don't have the plants right up on the house, and you have the smaller manageable plants nearby, but not a big tree or too many plants that require too much excessive watering and stuff, because it's not good for you don't build stuff inside the house to destroy the house from within with the living. So you build to last, and you make sure you do it well, and you don't fuck around if you don't haphazard it, and you make sure this is a generational home, right? And it's just intelligent. Haile Selassie is a lot like Confucius, okay? When you talk about Haile Selassie in North Africa and his people in North Africa and building and religion and communication, because truth is truth, Confucius and the core principles. When you look at Hinduism as we have it today as a corporate cult entity, and Buddhism, and then you go and you go look at the catalog of Jiddu Krishnamurti, okay? Now, there's a lot of the corporation, the source of the corporation in that man, okay? But he's way better, more pragmatic, more intelligent, more beautiful, and just a better person than the karmic books of the Krishna and the Buddha and the cult corporations. You see, he's a standard. It's him, okay? And with Sun Yat-sen, unfortunately, we don't get to see a lot of that. They took a lot of the catalog and they destroyed it, and they manipulated it and said he was this way when he wasn't. Okay. Well, Suzuki is a wonderful one, too. He's very much a lot like Krishnamurti. Selassie is, too, but they manipulated his catalog, and he is, because of tribalism, okay, and because of reprisals from tribalism. It's because they're racist. It's because of sex cult, tribalism. Okay? You created Jotunheim Africans with your biggest, dickest, fucking, what are those things called? Phallic symbols? And yes. Okay? You created Jotunheim. You created the Germans and the Nazis. and the British and their Nazis. Okay. Go look at your fucking histories on your fucking walls, taking the lighter skinned babies and throwing their babies to crocodiles because they were out breeding you and gonna outpopulate you. Brown people. Okay. I don't want to hear it. Some of them have blue eyes, right? The devil, we are what we do. If you're not a part of the eternal dialogue, you shouldn't be talking in front of people for fuck money and getting a bunch of women in hip jobs to take a bullet for you because you talked a bunch of criminals into killing El-Haj Malik El-Shabazz, all you Farrakhan's. Okay, fuck you. Okay. Just because someone is brown doesn't mean they're like you. Okay, do you understand? Just because that one guy, Ron, in Sierra Vista, well, just because I'm a white guy and we look alike doesn't mean I share your racist bullshit. We should have bombed and killed all the Chinese. And they're not Chinese, they're Korean. And they're like family to me, okay? Then I'd go if I wouldn't get fired at my job and going all Ralph Suvius, I'd tell you about yourself and rip you a new asshole to go home and rethink your life. Okay? Do you understand? I've had to deal with assholes like this my whole life, okay? And on social media, I have obliterated their bullshit since 2009. Go look at those old videos I made on the old YouTube that I shut down because I thought it was going to impede Al's and Jay's ability to try to make it big and pay an extortion for their families with hip-hop, okay? Shit, you guys are such assholes. Because the things they were putting me through, like, I don't want this Alan and Jay. I love those two kids. All right, so I'll do it my own damn self. I'm not going to ask other people to do it for me. But the thing about it is if you don't have other people that are willing to stand up for freedom and love with you, then it's all in vain. So you have to sit there like you teach your son to be a good man, like you, even if there's you and you're David and these are your boys and everybody else is a bunch of heathen sex cult barbarians. But your sons will be killed. At least your sons won't be violent sex cult barbarians and will be eternal spirit of a light to look to that will save us all from violent sex cult brain chemical addicted activity that traps the glory of the soul and the ego. Do you understand? Well, I was real mad at Mrs. Affleck today. I was doing something, we were talking, I was so pissed. I was like, yeah, your time, the straw that broke the Gamal's back, The Giver, was that goddamn Atlas movie. I'm sick of you doing it every time I turn around. You're shaking your butt for propaganda movie. And then we're alike, and well, you don't get after Amy and Natalie. Amy and Stephanie, okay, don't have a dad who's heavily invested into spyware that has cameras in my bedroom, okay? If my family had any spyware equipment on the phones or the video games and stuff that they got from the local assholes here in town, that's because they were encouraged to do it, okay? You guys didn't even, all the David Lopez's, the Dave Miscavige's, and the Tom Cruises of the world, they didn't even need my family was doing it because they think, oh God, he's a pervert because of what was happening with Natalie, because of what Dave Miscavige and Tom Cruise and Pope Francis and Gordon B. Hinckley were doing with my family to make themselves look like the heroes and make me look like the bad guy, like I was David Rockefeller's Manchurian Jesus. And don't say that's not true. I can explain things to people that are stupid and have their head so far up their ass and they're never, ever, ever going to attempt to free the soul from the ego. And I can sit there and pretend, and it's like, it's how fucking long has it been? Since the goddamn South Lawn and the Obama administrations with Bamba. How long does it take to pull your head out of your ass when your ego has shoved the soul in your ass with your head? How long? Gosh damn! Look at me! Feel me! I don't get up and do anything selfish for myself. And then when I talk about the Gospels to my dad, he rolls his eyes at me still to this day. He thinks I'm an egomaniac because I'm trying to replace his cartoon Jesus with myself. Okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to do that. Why? Because your cartoon Jesus sucks and I don't. Do you understand? Your cartoon Jesus is a guy who sits in the sky and watches everybody like a free will asshole and says, well, one of these days I'm going to come down and kill everybody that your ego doesn't like, but it's not today, boy. And I'm like, I am down here getting my balls kicked in, my family sexually assaulted, and people in my family murdered by corporations to try to make me look inadequate and feel inadequate. And every day I get up loving you and trying to teach you to forgive and live and be kind and courageous. You don't have to be as courageous because you're all kind, and there's no necessity for excessive compulsive courage if you're all kind enough to stop trying to fight for rocks for your fucking flagpole rags and war songs. You fucking endorsement product selling, hawking, loogie, fucking suck dick for money, pieces of shit assholes. And you also like tossing salad for money too. Fuck! You're all goddamn gynecologists for the fucking U.S. Olympic team. Ah! There. I feel a hell of a lot better now. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta go off. I don't want to pay that college football 25. They got the same recruiting mold in there that tries to, through genetic engineering in their playgrounds of their mind, cut through all the years of evolution, and they have all these white cornerbacks and white quarterbacks that are spectacular athletes like myself, and the way the tribalism is, and their assaults on people that were excellent athletes and better and stuff like that, in white migration culture to black culture with the different culture aspects, it's not going to happen overnight, and you're not going to genetically engineer everybody into me. It's not tangible. You have to love people to be like me. Stupid assholes. Let's load this up because you need a good ass kicking. Yes, it's true. They sure do. Okay.